Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well, guys. We are with already... Wait.
My name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well, guys. We are...
Double sound, big mistake. We start again. You know what I will do? I will put a really small intro and we start nothing happened. We start again. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. We are already with a lot of people in the chat. I know it's a special live, a really special live, because I was absolutely not expecting a breaking news today. We were all thinking and speaking about the Dybala day, and we were waiting. Not only this year, but it already started last year and 2 years ago. Contract extension of our number 10. Our Capitano, we were waiting for that moment. Actually, it didn't happen today. We were thinking that it was the first meeting of I don't know how many before a final decision, and actually it came through after an hour of meeting that all the journalists started to say no, Dybala will not renew anymore. Journalists are reporting, and probably the correct news, but it was really shocking at a certain moment when Arrivabene, he arrived, really good, Arrivabene, he arrived in front of the microphones and he confirmed actually the news. So I know that we all have divided opinions about Paulo Dybala. I know that. I will ask the chat, please, to be respectful. If you are not respectful, then we ban, and it is what it is. Some people will be happy that the Dybala leaves. Some people will be really sensitive and not happy because they grew up with that number 10, with the number 21 that came as a boy and became a number 10. We understand that. We try to have a mature discussion, and that's why I wanted different people also on the chat, because probably you already know more or less my opinions. We will speak about that. I also prepared a small PowerPoint with the quotes, with the season, the different season of Paulo Dybala. So before saying hello to the chat, I want to say welcome again to all the people that already were on the chat. We start with Jason. Ciao, Jason. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing? It's been a rough day, I guess. A lot of news, quick. Banged us in the head, but it is what it is.
I agree. It was a tough day and an unexpected day. I already received a lot of hate when I was on the Juventus YouTube Twitch channel earlier today, with a lot of people that were really harsh because the news was just breaking and it was really hard to manage. So now with a few hours, I'm super happy to have you, Jason, because I know that you have a lot of good ideas, and maybe you already have the next player in your book, because I know how much you are observing the unknown talents around the world. Ciao Marcella.
Ciao Giuseppe, ciao everybody. Hello to everybody in the chat. It's great to be back here with everyone, but you know, obviously a little bittersweet today as we say goodbye to Paulo.
I understand. I see that you have not the same energy as me because you're probably affected by the news. People asked me that, or told me that the microphone was a bit too low. I put it a bit higher, so let me know now if you hear me better, yes or no. I hope so. Let me know, because some people are saying the mic is very quiet. We don't hear you, Beppe. So let me know how the mic is now. Ciao, Alessio.
Ciao, hello everybody. How are you doing? It's a pleasure to be here again with you all. Yeah, it's one of those days, you know, and I'm feeling a little bit conflicted about all of this. I don't know what to think. On one side there is the heart who's speaking, on the other side there is the brain.
People can't hear you guys, so speak louder.
Wow, really? Mm-hmm. Can you?
Wait. Let me try something. Maybe it's because of an echo, so I will try with a headset myself. And maybe that will fix the problem. Wait, can you guys try again, and then I will check in the chat what people are saying.
Testing.
I think you should hear me well, I think.
I hear you well.
You're better now.
You hear me as well? So it sound all right?
Yeah. But you're good.
Okay, can't hear the guest. Wait. Still bad. Wait, let me try to do something with the audio of the guest. If I can do something. Because now I hear myself twice.
Yeah, I hear you twice. Oh, I hear me.
That Now it.
Hear me well from the chat.
Wait,
Can't hear at all. I don't know, Giuseppe, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Dybalas effect.
This is a Dybalas effect. The first time it happens on the channel. I think I solved it. Wait.
No.
I am the powerful.
We will fix it.
Is that fixed?
No.
No. I can't, I mean, I don't know. I swear I didn't change anything from my side. Let me see.
Wait. Can you all mute?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. So, guys, now you should hear me. Tell me if you hear me. If you hear me, please say yes in the chat. Hey, that's what it is, guys. 230 people. We'll fix it, huh? So let me know if you hear me. From the moment that you hear me well, then we can continue. Do you hear me well? Yes, loud and clear. Loud and clear. So maybe, okay. If you hear me well, I will unmic Jason. Jason, can you unmute yourself and speak up?
Yes, I'm on here. I don't know if you can hear me.
Normally you should, and we don't hear myself twice. So that's okay for me and for you, Jason.
Okay.
Okay, then we continue with Marcella.
Can you hear me?
I hear you, you hear me. Great, perfect, Jason, perfect, Marcella. Christine?
Hello.
I hear you perfectly. Perfect, Christine. And then we have the last one, so ciao Alessio.
Can you hear me well?
We hear you. We don't hear myself twice. Should be okay. It should be okay. Now we can go. Andiamo, ragazzi.
Finally, let's go.
Let's go. Okay,
yeah.
so we fix the problem. You
Yeah.
see? Go, Alessio.
Well done, sir.
Yeah, no, I was saying that, it's one of those days. On one side, there is the heart is speaking, on the other side, there is the brain speaking, and it's really a conflict I don't know how to solve because it's our number 10. On one side is pure class, is pure technique, and as I always say, football is made of technique first and tactics second. So, I always enjoy watching good technical players like Dybala is. On the other side, you can argue that after 7 years, it's reasonable to end a relationship with a player, but maybe the modality can be questionable. I don't know.
Were you expecting it, Christine? Ciao, Christine.
Hi. I missed you. That's all. No. I quite frankly, this has been multi-season issue where every single time there's a contract coming up. He's been the boy who cried wolf. He's wanted a lot. Eventually, you're going to roll the dice, and it's not going to come up well for you. So I think I was a little bit bracing for it, especially since this could have been signed and done months ago. So not a shock. I'm okay with it. Quite frankly, I think at some point you need to start making business decisions that are based on the business and not just with emotions, which I think got us caught up a few seasons now with some of our business decisions, a little bit tangled up in those heartstrings that put us in a bad way. I think that this isn't a funeral. This is a restart, right? Like this is what we've been needing for a while now. There have been seasons where Dybala didn't really have a place to play, wasn't really fitting, was out with COVID, had issues with long COVID, was injured. Unfortunately, eventually, when you run the numbers, it's just not worthwhile for us. You need an impact player in that 10 role. And if we're going to pull all that money together to get Vlahovic, hey, like, we're serious, right? We're still a big club. We're serious about moving forward. We need to continue to make serious decisions. So, Arrivabene said, lascia male.
I absolutely. Let's go, huh? Shamale. So it's a good one. It's a good one. It had to come into my brain and thinking like, did she really said it? Yes or no? She did. Ciao,
I'm hearing dad jokes today, so I mean, here we go.
So let's go through the quotes of Arrivabene and then we can go also to the career of Dybala, right decision or not. So the first shocking one, the clickbait sentence is Dybala non era più al centro del progetto con l'arrivo di Vlahovic. So the big title is hey, we have a new member on the channel, grande. Dybala is not anymore at the center of the project with the arrival of Vlahovic. First big sentence of our friend Arrivabene, and then he started again to continue to explain. So the purchase of Vlahovic, when we signed him, changed the tactical asset and also the project. C'è stato un incontro chiaro e rispettoso con Dybala. There was a really fair and also respectful meeting together with Dybala and his entourage. Un'offerta al ribasso non sarebbe stata rispettosa. Proposing a lower salary or lower renewal terms to Dybala would not have been respectful for Dybala's career. I parametri a ottobre erano diversi. The parameters in October were diverse. That's what he's saying. So he's like also acknowledging that in October there was a meeting and that they agreed also in a verbal way because the situation was totally diverse than today. C'erano delle considerazioni da fare sulle presenze, and now we had also to pay attention to the appearances, the possibility of appearances, but also the length of the contract. I know about rumors that some were speaking about Dybala wanting a 5 years contract, where Juventus wanted to propose a 3 years contract. In the beginning, Juventus really wanted to give lower salary than today. I repeat, today he has a contract of 7.2 million. They wanted to go even towards the 2 million plus a lot of variables to go in terms of bonuses to 10 millions. When they understood that Dybala was not really open to that, they didn't even propose nothing today. È importante sottolineare, it's really important to underline also that Juventus is taking decisions for the good of Juventus, not for the bad of Juventus. These are the words of Arrivabene today. Who wants to take the lead and discuss? Go, Jason.
I'd like to jump in on that real quick. One thing I respect more than anything else is the fact that Arrivabene and Cherubini, they stuck to their guns. He had a much larger offer months ago. He didn't take it. He left us on the burner. And instead of just allowing him to play with our emotions, they lowered the price. And I respect that. I like to see that from a front office, regardless of the player, forgetting the player, holding to and backing that number down. And I respect that. I like that.
Who wants to continue?
I think there is only one single truth in Arrivabene's words that I don't know how to comment in general. But when he says Dybala is not at the center of the project anymore, this is the only thing that is clear. Because when a player is at the center of the project, you renew his contract, not in April of the last year, but in the summer before. That's a key point.
Right, but the reality is, this is the first time he's saying it. This has been apparent or evident to me, at least, for the last couple seasons. He's been there. He's been an impact player. It hasn't been around him. It hasn't been about him.
The thing I really don't see is how just when you buy Vlahovic, you change your mind and you decide that Dybala is not that important anymore.
Dybala
Can a
was
single
important
player
than
just
Ronaldo.
change?
Dybala hasn't been
I
that.
agree with that.
When Dybala was not that important anymore for the project, is that the question, Alessio?
Exactly.
I think there were a lot of moments where Dybala was not important anymore for the project. If we have to go back in time, I believe that this is the moment. Wait, let me show you with a picture and let's see. And then I will read the comment of Ricardo from Australia. But this is the moment when Juventus decided Dybala is not that important anymore for Juventus. And we are speaking about season 2019-2020 versus Trieste in a friendly. This is right after he scored an amazing goal in pre-season with Maurizio Sarri, when Juventus did everything actually to exchange him or at least to sell him. Juventus was blocked in terms of mercato because of previous decision, extension of Khedira, extensions of Rugani, Matuidi, Higuain coming back and so on, and Juventus wanted to sell him, and they really tried everything to do the swap with Dybala, Lukaku. Yeah, and that's when he scored. He showed the name on his shirt and he's saying, I'm staying here no matter what, showing actually loyalty. And that's already for me the first time, the really first time that Dybala was not anymore the untouchable, and it was with Paratici, old management.
And for a moment, he was willing to play second fiddle. He was willing to be the second man on the pitch, and it was a short moment. But, at some point right there, he decided it was never going to work, and he became hurt, and he said a lot of things that...
Yeah, but I think that the real question here is there just a single player, a single very important player in such a big team? For the way in which I see football, a big team is made of several good or several great players.
Of course.
No? So why, for example, Arrivabene today said, when we got Vlahovic in January, we decided that we wanted to build a new project around Vlahovic, or maybe for the future also Chiesa when we come back, etc. But why don't you include also Dybala when you have other important players? Why do you have...
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't
that's
think...
just one single player.
I think
That's
he's
the
finally
thing.
saying it, but it's been the case for a while.
It's been the case for a while, but was it really necessary to say it today when there are
Yeah.
so many more
Exactly.
important?
I think the timing.
For
I
the
think the
club.
Was
timing
it really
wrong.
was it really that important to say it today
For
when
the
there are
club,
so
yeah.
many more games
Yes,
left?
because there needs to be a statement made where you are not bigger than this club. If you do not consistently perform, if you think
No,
that you
of
not-
course.
like, that has to happen eventually.
I don't
And I feel like-
disagree with you there, but
I feel like he had leveraged a lot of the emotions to manage to stay afloat since that first occurrence with the Lukaku saga unfurling. This isn't the first time that this has happened since. And every time it has happened, he pops up in a game, does something great, and then wants to be pat on the back. I'm sorry, you're not an infant.
Let me
You're
just
doing-
let me
I
just
know.
read two comments before continuing, because I really want to thank also Rick Ose, and thank you for your donation. He's saying, agreed 100% with Christine, what you were saying before. I remember when Baggio departed, I was devastated, but look at what happened after that. And speaking about Baggio, after Baggio, we already had a young Del Piero waiting, was a really important one, and people are also asking me, what do you think about Sule? I will come back on that later, of course.
Still super young.
Thank you also to Mr. X to renew his membership, saying thank you to Dybala. So he's also really respectful, saying thank you to Dybala. Juventus is bigger than everything and remains bigger than everything. Tariq, one of the most loyals on the channel. I believe, and thank you, buddy, I believe that Paulo was the center of the project until October. He was vice captain, but Antun wasn't ready for October signature. That's a really crucial turning point, and maybe an answer also to Alessia's point. But between then and January, they pivoted Paulos and started from Lyon. That's a really, really important quote from Tariq, who said in October there was a proposal, and Arrivabene kind of confirmed it today, but the agent and probably the choice of agent of Dybala were not probably the best one. He already had a lot of problems in the past with agents, we all remember that, and he didn't learn his lesson, because look at how many players are represented by hateful agents like Mino Raiola, and we are complaining, but I never saw a situation where they found an agreement and they are not able to sign because of the guy has no official agent.
Fair enough.
Who
Yeah.
wants to
Let
go
me
on
read
there?
still
Yeah,
two
this is
comments, and then we can regroup
I-
everything. Wait, thank you, Jamie. Hey, Beppe, the signs surely that we're getting someone big in the midfield. Maybe Milinkovic-Savic. Thank you for that. Mercato question, really important. And then the last comment that I really want to read aloud is from Mohamed. I think this is not good, not bad. It's a hard decision that had to be taken. Juventus already lost a lot for the rebuild, this part it. Juve plan for Dybala was only renewed to resell anyway. Okay, with all these comments, who want to regroup and answer and start with Mohammed or Mr. X? You can choose.
Okay, I can go
You can
first.
pick with what you start.
Okay, I can go first. It's true that, I mean, I can't remember very clearly because of my age, but it's true that after Baggio, Juve rebuilt a new team. So we're not saying that Juve is going to die from a sporting way point of view, of course, after Dybala. What I am arguing today is the way in which all of this was held by everybody. Dybala's entourage, I believe, has some faults in all of this, because, you know, with all the things related to Antun, that there wasn't a real agent until a few months ago, and blah, blah, blah. And so maybe that wasn't the best from their side, but also on the other side, there is Juventus that maybe didn't make a very clear point on what is Dybala for us. Again, you can choose to a certain point from a technical point of view. You meet with the technical staff and everybody, because let's not forget that if Dybala today didn't sign, it's also because Allegri agrees with that. And this is a crucial thing. The same Allegri that a few months ago was saying Dybala is an important player for us. So this means that they altogether decided not to continue with him. And this is acceptable, this is reasonable, because it's, you know, a relationship between your employee and employer. But the season is not over yet. And after this international break, you have very important matches to play. The first one is the most crucial one against Inter. And maybe if I were in Arrivabene, I would have said something different today. Something like, okay, we thank Paulo for everything. He is still an important player for us. But after 7 years, both of the two sides agreed not to continue together. At the end of the season, we will give more details about that.
Question about the timing. What is, for Marcella maybe, what do you think pushed Juventus to go out with that statement? Because I was not expecting it. I tell you, this morning I did 2 hours 30 a video telling that it was the day of Dybala, but that we would not know anything. From the moment I clicked to upload, breaking news, Dybala will not renew. So it was a disaster. 2 hours 30 of work. But why do you think that even, not only the journalists, but because they leaked it offshore, but even Arrivabene went in front of microphone? That's really strange. And Alessio is correct when he's saying it's a really strange moment to say it. Correct or not, I don't know. But strange moment, because we still have 8 games to play in Serie A to reach that top 4.
Yeah, that was basically the only point that I was trying to make before. I'm not trying to say that Dybala was the center of the project and now we're trying to spin it like he wasn't. Clearly, he hasn't been the center of the project for a long time. But I think with so many important games left to play, especially Inter 2 weeks away, that wasn't exactly the time that I would have picked to blow off Dybala and make him seem like he just, you know, wasn't important to the team anymore.
Can I counter argue, and not defending Juve, but just maybe a maybe. It's international break. You know how much and how fast people change their enthusiasm. Remember how depressed we are. You sign Vlahovic, hey, super. Then he doesn't score one game. Hey, we are depressed again. Do you think that they did it on purpose today? So one day after the last game, they did it today so that people kind of get used to it and that the team can continue to focus, because that story of Dybala, every single day I was writing and reading people saying, what about the contract? What about the contract? Announce him, say it, renew him. And maybe now they said it. We have 10, 12 days before the next game versus Inter. We said it, and let's go, move on.
Yeah,
And
it
it gives
definitely
time
gives
to,
a little
like,
bit
die
of
down.
time. Yeah, it gives time for the dust to settle a little bit, absolutely. But, you know, if I'm Dybala, I don't think I'm forgetting those words in 2 weeks still, to be
Dybala,
completely
no.
honest.
My
Yeah,
guess
but
would
would
be,
you-
though, that some harsh words were said behind closed doors. And that would be my guess. I have no proof of this, of course, but just based on the statements, my guess would be there were harsh words behind closed doors, and it was a done deal.
2 things. Anything that was said publicly, Dybala already knew it was coming.
Of course.
And the other part of it is is Dybala really going to shoot himself in the foot and make himself look bad to other potential teams in the
He already has.
I would say
No, of course not.
I
Of
would
course
say he's not going to further damage himself. So it is what it is, right? Is it going to be a little bit uncomfortable? Probably. Coming back from the international break? Yeah. But again, it's a job. You do your job. You show up. You smile. You do the hand wave, and you get on with it. I also think that probably indicates that they have probably had some significant talks with potential replacements down the line, and that was probably due in part to this timing too.
I believe as
And it
well
makes
that
him
maybe
staring.
Juventus was already looking for possible replacement. You never know if you don't find it, but from the moment they had some yes, green lights here, there, they go and they said, we take the decision, maybe.
Absolutely. This was sorry if I interrupt you, Beppe. Just this was my reasoning. I think that if Juve was, playing the harsh part of the two sides, is because you already know that there is a big yes from at least another big player that we still don't know, but that they know very well.
Because you
let's
let
not
your
forget
number
that-
10 leave, huh? That's important. Huh? Your number 10 is leaving. Super important.
Exactly. So if you let him leave, it means that there is another big player who that will sign for you in June for sure, 100%.
The question here is still important game. We just spoke about that part, and thank you for the donation. But an important one, what about the locker room for the remaining part of the season? There were already some talks about people already thinking forward, saying maybe Dybala will not play. It will be a kind of Ramsey situation, or maybe on the bench and entering, but already starting off that future now that we have a bit more players that are coming back from injury. Who wants to go with that one? And then I will read the other comments. Today the chat is on fire, guys. I really try to keep up with you, guys.
What I'll say is to Oral Play's comment is any of the conversation that's happening now has already happened. So the awkwardness that you're assuming will be present, it's already come.
It was already there.
Right.
Yeah.
Like these conversations definitely have been happening and ongoing probably from the second that Vlahovic joined. Because of course there's going to be people worried about their own positions, their futures, etc. Remember, everybody's agent has been advocating for them. There's no way that they haven't been. So this is business as usual. This isn't the first time that this has happened in a club. It won't be the last. Sometimes, and these are personal stories that I've heard from friends, you get traded and you don't know, but more than likely there are conversations about things that are happening well before the time that, say, today a presser happens and you think that, hey, maybe that's not the most favorable thing you could have said. I'm sure that more serious conversations in earnest have already transpired. Like that boat has left the dock.
Can I get, because I made a poll. I made a poll with, is it a good decision or bad decision? And we have nearly 500 votes, and 64% said it is a good decision. 36% is saying it's a wrong decision. If I ask all of you, because Tarek was also asking for the panel to say, what do you think, guys? Good decision, bad decision?
For me, for the badge on the shirt, it's the right decision. It's the best decision for the team going forward. It's unfortunate to lose a player like Dybala, but it's been time for
Weird
him.
moment to strip, Pepe.
It's getting hotter and hotter. Yeah.
No, because I like the voice of Jason. When Jason is speaking, I'm all goosebumps.
Okay.
So.
Get warm.
Everybody, $5 here. $5.
But for the team, absolutely, it's the right decision. It's the best.
Marcella, I see you are not that 100% sure.
Are we talking about Dybala leaving, or are we talking about the comments that he made?
No. Because the question was about really Dybala leaving. Is it the right decision?
No. It's 100% the right decision. I was never trying to really, defend Dybala and saying that they should have renewed him like 100%. I was definitely not of that school of thought. I definitely think it's the right move for the club. My concerns are just towards the way we announced it today.
Yeah, I am totally on board with this. I agree 100%. I'm still too, my mood is still too down, for what happened. But from a ratio, as I said at the beginning, there is the heart who's speaking and there is the brain speaking. If I have to think from my brain, after 7 years, you can do that. It's fine, totally fair. And if the next season we will have, let me just drop a name, just as an example, Mohamed Salah, or of course it's a good decision because you left Dybala to have Salah. So the point is, who are you
Is
going
that
to
scarf
replace him
tight?
with?
Is there oxygen getting to your brain?
No, but that's the thing. If I have to say bye to Dybala, but for sure I sign Paul Pogba, it's a good decision because I'm maintaining a good quality in a different part of the pitch, but it's a good quality player. So
Say Salah again.
Is,
Say Salah again because I love that.
Okay, so if I will replace Dybala with Salah, of course it's a good decision.
I love that. Alan is saying, I agree with the management and I see it was right to bring out of the press so that no one blames them. I hope it's the replacement. It's not Zaniolo because he's injury prone. I would like Joao Felix. And Joao Felix cost a lot of money as well. If I could, Alan, I would have put you also in a big light with Alessio. Joao Felix and Mohamed Salah. And Ricky saying how unprofessional is Dybala's management. Really, they had an offer and now he's going big hug Marcella from okay, that's another part. He had a big offer and then now we have to go and hug Marcella. Great one, Ricardo. Guys, if I have another comment that I want to read from Rob. Players leaves the club but the club stays, whatever happens, Juve until I die, fino alla fine, forza Juve. Guys, speaking about Dybala, I believe as well it's the right decision. I started personally, before working for Juve, before having a channel, to start doubting the tactical part of Dybala. If we speak really about football, tactical part, I never doubted the talent. For me, he's the best talent we have in the team. The one that is selling shirts, that is giving me the stars in my eyes, that is giving me goosebumps, like when Jason is speaking, a bit the same. It's Paulo Dybala. I didn't see a lot of players with that magical foot that can change you a game, but I started really doubting in season 17-18 about tactical. They were, I don't know if they were complementary with a Pjanic, because that's the season where Dybala started dropping down. Before that, he was really staying up front. He was doing amazing things, and we can see it in the PowerPoint I made. And I will go back now to the 7th season. It's really small, of course, but you see, first season he comes 46 games, he's scoring 23. Then the season after, 19 goals. Season 2018, 26 goals. His best season in terms of productivity, in terms of goals. Really great. But that's also when Pjanic is there, and Pjanic, instead of being the player at Roma going offensively, he stays a lot of the back, because you see Dybala starting to take the team on his shoulders with leadership. But was it starting to be a problem? I don't know. And then you see a big drop in terms of personality with 10 goals when Ronaldo arrives. 17 the season with Sarri, where a lot of people are always reminding me, Beppe, he was MVP of Serie A that season. Yes, but I want to go into detail of that. Last season, 5 goals only with a lot of injuries. This season, 13 goals. It's not only about the goals, of course, but if you see the injury stats, a lot of injuries. Already 15 games missed this season, 21 last season, and he's 28. And that's why, to complement what you are seeing, if you look at the curve, you see a curve of Dybala in terms of injury increasing, in terms of performances decreasing. When the moment is decisive, like Champions League, the big games, he's not there. So I understand at a certain moment that the management, when they have to take a bold decision and going for what do we do in terms of business, do we continue with Dybala or not? Because people are saying, yes, but he's leaving for free, for €0. Yeah, but if you renew him, you are not selling him. So I kind of agree, but I'm really sad to see a boy like Dybala. We were all dreaming of Dybala, the next Del Piero, receiving the 10. Emotionally, like Alessio, I'm really sad. Rationally, I understand perfectly. And now nobody wants to speak anymore.
The key point here the key point is what you were talking about concerning the curve related to the injuries. I don't think that Dybala, from a technical point of view, but also tactical point of view, was a problem for Juventus. I've heard a lot of people talking about tactics, but I don't think that Dybala is a tactical problem. You can deploy Dybala in the same way in which you deploy the other talented players. Allegri showed us that with Vlahovic and Morata, Dybala could have played together very well, as he did starting from Verona when Vlahovic joined Juventus. And he played in that way also against Atalanta, and that was a big match, and they did it very, very well. And Atalanta showed us that Dybala's performance is not just the number of goals. If you want to play as a number 10, you must be an assist man. You must be, that kind of player who is the link, the bridge between the midfield and the attack. And that's what we expect from Dybala. If the question is, you want Dybala to score 25 goals a season, I think you picked up the wrong player for the way in which Dybala was becoming. But concerning the tactics, Dybala wasn't a tactical problem. The problems with Dybala started when he started to be injured so many times in the last 2 years and missed so many important games. One of our friend here in the chat said at the beginning, everything started from Lyon, and this is correct. That's the thing. If you miss an important player in such important games, that's one thing that you must evaluate, and then that is when the brain starts speaking.
I agree. Who wants to continue on adding and where it starts, and also the tactical for whatever you have in your brain and your heart?
Sorry, I was just reading the comments. So my thing is, we are roughly like 4 seasons beyond when we should have started taking apart and tactically rebuilding. So this is the tip of the iceberg. This is how it goes forward, right? It's going to be like a phoenix rising from the ashes, hopefully. But we have to make these big changes to move forward. Dybala is great. I don't hate Dybala. I know that some of you feel very passionately about him, and you should. He's a great player. His problems are consistency. We need somebody that can perform always, all the time, on a dime, be that player. We need somebody that can service Vlahovic. There's no reason to have like an amazing motor in a car if you don't have wheels on it. So I think that that's the reality of it, right? We need to make better business decisions. We need to make better player decisions. And I think that's what we're moving toward, a new frontier. If it weren't so successful in the past, prior to some of the hiccups and management decisions more recent, other teams wouldn't be replicating what Juve have done. It's a winning formula. I'm sure that they'll do it again. I think we just need to get into the right sweet spot again.
Do you believe that his not celebration or the way he celebrated versus Udinese influenced a bit the decision? Because now I see also Ron saying, I love Dybala, but the drama with his health and contract are too distracting. This benefits Juve, Dybala, and the fans, which actually not only looking at Juve, but also at Dybala. You know what I always say, and I said it for Ronaldo, I said it for whatever player on the world, and I speak about Zidane, Buffon, Del Piero, whatever. I always say I prefer a happy player somewhere else than a sad player at Juventus. Who do you think that anti-celebration influenced what today was said?
I think that I think that him doing that stuff does not help his PR with the community, especially. And because management are very strict about how things are seen and presented forward, I think that it certainly wouldn't help his case.
Jason, you were saying it, and look at the message of Sisman. Messi left, and now look at that. They are starting to be better. Pay attention. They won yesterday 4-0. Let's wait a bit, but there are the premises to be so. Where do each of your guests think he will end up? That's another question. So first, Jason, go for it, and then we will go with that really interesting question, because I already saw people earlier saying no Inter.
So I think when he did not celebrate the goal and he looked up at the box, I believe that was when he knew they were too far apart. They were going in separate directions, and it was never going to come back this way. And that is what happened. They told him he was going to get this much salary, and it was higher, but he needed to perform. And then it became a smaller salary, more add-on. And I'm sure he and Anton demanded, a much larger number, and they were never coming back together after that. And he looked up because he thought he could pressure them, and it didn't work that way. The backlash hit him instead of the front office, and that was the end of that. Ciao, ciao.
I have a good news. Because we are all agreeing it's a good decision. I found someone that is a really pro Dybala. She will be on the channel in a few seconds. It's Lex, Alex. Lex, she's a real pro Dybala. I needed a bit of balance here because it was, first of all, we need to be 3-3, 3 guys, 3 women, so that we have a perfect balance. But I needed also a bit of pro Dybala talk because it's not correct that we are all saying it's okay.
It's not anti-Dybala talk. It's
Exactly. I want to make this clear.
Exactly.
No. It's not anti. No, it's not anti. You're correct.
If I want to read the news, I'll read the news. If I want to read poetry, I'll go read poetry. But this isn't anti in any way.
Stefano is saying players are judged by their performances, but if you are injured since 2 years, how can you ask for a big rise like he did? I totally understand Juventus' position.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
I mean, also, you have to remember there's going to be ego that comes into play. Certainly, Dybala and his people do not want to be going public with Dybala took a pay cut. Am I echoing? Hang on.
Yeah.
No?
Is that better? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I have a new phone case, and so magnetic. I don't know. Anyway, but I think that's my articulate response.
Beppe, agree 100% in around the... it was really strange comment. I approve. Beppe, I agree 100% in around the box. He's still our best finisher, but a lot of games he spent position that he doesn't affect the game. Instead, he unbalanced the team. We need to go different direction. I know the opinion of Alessio is totally against that statement. That's what I believe. Who wants to comment? Not Alessio, because you already gave your opinion. But who wants to go tactically a bit about Dybala? Was he an added value, or was he someone that we had to adapt to him?
Well, we put 11 players on the field, 10 of which were not built to play with a player like Dybala, and we made do with what we had because we wanted him on the pitch. And I think trying was the right thing, trying to make that work. But that was never going to happen. And when you play him 2 up front, 4-4-2, he's in the midfield. Now it's 4-5-1, and we're not built for that either.
Yeah. Hang on. We have a 3F sad question or statement. Please answer my question. Somebody, is there a chance Dybala will change his mind to renew? No, that's long gone now. There's no backsies here. Once management has made a statement like they have, it's a done deal. So
and they'll look bad if they do.
Don't hold on hope there, my friend.
Oh, no. If today there was no public talk, you never know what happened in football. But it was already too late. But now, especially now, forget about it. No. It's a common decision, I believe. Huh? So hey, pay attention. Don't try to avoid the question I asked earlier. What's your prediction of where he will go? And maybe I will balance it. So tell me where you think he will go, and if. And another part, where you think he should go, so that you have both options.
Where I think he should go is go play under Diego Simeone. Because to me, he could never play with João Felix. It would never work. But that's the kind of coach he needs. Someone, yes, Max is tough for sure. I think he tried, but I think he needs someone that could really light a fire under his feet. Sorry.
Do you have a Marcella? Do you have a?
Oh yeah, no, he's going to Inter, guys. There's no doubt. There's no doubt in my mind that guy is going straight to Inter.
I don't know, man. I feel like Tottenham could keep an eye on him.
You know why? Why?
Well, that's where I think he should go to the EPL. But I'm not saying where I would tell him to go. I would tell him to go to the EPL.
Pay attention. Pay attention.
I don't.
Pay attention.
Here we go.
Ciao, Alex.
Hey, everyone.
Hey. Okay, I know you're a really big Dybala fan, and it makes sense. You want to touch upon what happened today, Lex? The floor is yours.
Ciao.
We will not interrupt you, so take the time you need without any of us objecting.
Well, I was sad when I heard the news. I was actually at work and I found out, and I think it was a day I'd been dreading for a while because there was all those summers where was he going to leave? Are we going to sell him? Is he going to stay? And it happened a couple times, and he always ended up staying in the end. But I think this time around, a part of me knew that he was going to be leaving, especially when the deal wasn't done back in December. It was kind of the writing was on the wall. And then from when he looked up at his friend in the stands and all of these kind of events that led up to this moment, it's hard. I think like I love that type of player. I love a classic 10, center attacking mid, and Dybala has been my favorite player of the last 7 years, and it's going to be hard seeing him without a Juve jersey for me. And I know I do know I'm biased. I know that because all of the arguments you've made towards why this was the right decision for management makes sense logically. I think I don't know your name, I'm sorry, but you mentioned the difference between your brain telling you one thing and your heart telling you the other. And that is completely real. And I know I understand like the arguments. Oh, hi everyone, saying Lex, I'm just seeing all the comments. Hi everyone. I mean, I get it. I get the arguments for it because of his injuries and, you know, extending a player based on his most recent performances, not what he did 2 seasons ago, right? And it's tough. And then for me, it's just we're losing our number 10. We're losing a player that's been the identity of the club for a while now. I think a lot of the younger fans especially feel this one because they grew up with Dybala, and that is also in my case. And for me, it's more so just wondering, I think I want to wait and see what the management does to replace him more or less. And I know there's been talk on, do we replace him with a character and player with characteristics similar to him? Or are we trying to get away from that? Do we want to move to maybe a 4-3-3 with wingers? Do we want to replace him with a winger, with a system player? And I did tweet about this earlier. You know, my concern was for replacing Dybala, this player who, when he's on his game, I know he's inconsistent with his playing time, but when he's on his game, he's the best player, in my opinion, in the league, has this undeniable talent and creativity that our team, when we play with him versus when we play without him, is like night and day. And I can't imagine how we'll do without him when we're playing this type of style that we're playing right now. And so I just go back to my question of, if we want to replace him with a system player, what's our system going to be? Will
you change your name on Twitter or not, Lex?
No, I don't think so. Everyone's been asking me. They're like, are you gonna
And what if he goes to Inter? Because I keep you there. I know that you have to answer. Christine, I know she's avoiding Alessio as well. But maybe start. Where you think he will go, and where do you want him to go? Or you think it's best for him to go? And then we can continue.
For me, he's someone mentioned this today also in my replies. He's won everything there is to win in Italy. I don't see him staying in Serie A. I hope he doesn't stay in Serie A, because then he would have to go to a rival club. I think he goes to La Liga. I think especially he goes to Atletico to play under Simeone. I think there's a lot of former Serie A guys there. I think he's got the Argentinian connection on that team. I think he will go there. I think Barcelona's a fair shout as well. I just don't know if he'll end up there, but yeah, no Inter. I don't think so.
So Marcella thinks that he will go to Inter. That's also what I think. I will explain later.
Really?
It's not what I want. Hey, it's not what I want. It's what I think. I can. Hey, sorry. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Tottenham, just Tottenham. You know why not Tottenham? Because with Paratici, because people, they tend to forget. Now they are angry about the new management, but don't forget that with Paratici, when the swap Lukaku Dybala stop, they were not even talking to each other anymore. It was over. And for Paratici, would never have renewed him. Now Paratici is at Tottenham. I really don't believe that Paratici will go for him. That's what I think. Alessio,
And I
go.
I
agree.
don't think he's built to play under Conte with the person and the player he is today. I don't think that works.
Neither. Alessio?
As well. Yeah, I think that Inter will make an effort because, of course, Inter has the duty to make an effort. But if we think about the main question, why is Dybala leaving? And it's because maybe he wants to be the big superstar player in the team. I don't think the Inter is a good chance there, since they already have Lautaro, they already have Sanchez, they already have Dzeko. So if you think about this, with Lautaro in, I don't think that there is space for Dybala as well. But of course, I think that
you said something important, Alessio. With Lautaro in.
Yes.
Exactly. That's the key. That's the key. If Lautaro,
You could make the same
Yeah, sure. Go.
No, I was going to say you could make the same argument about Atletico Madrid, that if he wants to be the center of the project, I don't really know if he would really be the center of their project either currently. It would probably be a better fit for him, but you know, if I was Dybala, I'm going to the EPL would be my suggestion.
That's the
think
only
that
place
the
he'll
best,
get paid what he's asking.
I'm not sure.
Exactly.
I think that
Number one.
Yeah, but I think that the best fit for him is the Spanish league.
I agree with that.
Spanish league. I agree.
And maybe Barcelona could be the best with Xavi.
He'd be on the reserves.
I was
over
waiting.
There, though.
I was waiting for the Barcelona.
If he wants to be the guy, he's not really going to be the guy at many places that he goes, unless he goes
I don't
for
think anywhere.
not a top 4 team.
Christine,
that's why I said, like, I don't rule out like a Tottenham popping up their head at the sand and being like, well, maybe, just because. I don't know where else would really pay him that money. So obviously he's not going to come up with like egg on his face and look bad coming out of this deal. That's going to be the big differentiator here. He's not going to be the dude at Inter.
I don't know about
If
Inter.
Lautaro leaves for Madrid, then they might.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You know why not Barcelona? I don't know. I'm questioning myself. Do you believe that going to Barcelona is a smart choice for him? Because they will compare the new number 10 of Juventus coming there with the old number 10 they had, Argentinian, Messi, that left. They are starting something new there. Do you think it's smart for him? Because he will receive a lot of criticism in Barcelona, I believe.
Since there is a new project going on, I think it's good for him to start a new fresh, in a new project with Xavi. But as you said, the only burden that can play against him is the burden of the previous number 10. And this is something to think about. What happened?
She's reading the comment.
Yeah.
This one,
Yeah.
No. Yeah, but I would be really sad if he goes to Inter. Just I don't want to play against him in the Serie A. But it has to be his own choice. I mean, at the end, we can just wish him the best of luck and just accept that. But I do really hope that he will go.
He's not
to
dead,
La Liga.
Alessio. Like, bring the pep up. You're killing me.
I
Like,
know, no.
This is gonna be. He's trying to turn this into the best opportunity for him. Like, root for him, but don't act like he died.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not acting like he died, but I think that the best opportunity for him is to go out of Italy. Otherwise, in Italy, it will always be under criticism, what he will do, a constant comparison with Juventus. All the time.
We have
And he will ruin his
two different.
reputation.
We have two different visions here. Giuseppe was saying it would be a disaster for him to be injured before the end of the season because out of contract, injured, where can he find a team? So that means, consequently, that Giuseppe is saying he will pay attention. And on the other, when playing and probably even accepting being on the bench to not take any risk. And then we had a comment earlier that was saying the opposite. He will try to do 100% or maybe 200% his best to be like, on the market showing who is Dybala. What do we think? Lex, will he go on the bench and chill out to not take any risk, or going full power to sell himself to a new team?
Oh, I really don't know. I can see it going both ways, honestly.
Yeah, but that's easy. You have to take a choice.
Unfortunately for me, if he thinks
she
he's going
frozen.
10 to 12, he's going to have to get his ass on the field and show something, because his consistency is what the problem is, not him otherwise. And if he wants to sell himself and put his best marketing face on for another club to get that kind of money and secure the bag, he's going to have to perform.
But don't you think, guys, that
thinks
he has
he is-
already? But don't you think, guys, that he has already an agreement with anybody else?
No,
Like not an official one.
no.
I
I think he's
think
really
he
rolling
already
the dice
knows
here, quite frankly.
I
that-
think he already knows Inter's calling. Marotta's coming,
No.
and he knows it.
I don't know.
He knows it. He knows it. They already told him if Dybala doesn't renew, he has an offer on the table waiting for us. He knows where he's going, guys.
I don't
he's
think
going
he'd
to
go
Inter.
there
and That's
first.
it.
I really don't. I think he'll use it as a bidding chip to try to drive somebody else up. I don't think that that's his plan. quite frankly.
Right, but the thing is that he's out of contract. So if nothing else comes his way, then he's only left with Inter, then he's going.
I think he's hedging, though, is what I'm saying.
Giovanni Albanese from Gazzetta dello Sport is saying there are high chances that the future of Paulo Dybala will be in Spain. So,
Yeah.
Atletico, Barcelona, who knows, instead of Papu Gomez to Sevilla, or is it too small of a club?
They would have to pay him.
Too small of a club for
large-
Paulo. He wants to be paid money.
Here's the thing: is like that's not going to be reality anymore because you're at Juve. You spent your time at Juve. It's all downhill from here, baby.
Can we? Oh, I don't know, because we are speaking so much about Dybala. I think that it's clear that it's annoying because we are linked to him emotionally. Hart would have said giving a lifetime contract. The brains are saying we understand it. Injuries, center of the project, Vlahovic. And that's the next step I want to go, guys. Center of the project, Vlahovic. I'm against center of the project, because if you say Chiesa is center of the project, is injured in January, there is no project anymore. You know what I mean? So for me, the center of the project should be Juventus as a team, or maybe, if you want to, the coach is the center of the project, like you did with Alex Ferguson, for example. And then, that's a different story.
That's not very optimistic either, calling Allegri the center of the project right now.
That's what they actually. That's what they did.
I think I would have rather called Vlahovic the center of the project.
No, but I know, but really, being honest, the center of the project with a 4-year contract of 9 million is Allegri. You hate it or you love him, is Allegri for me. But anyway, Vlahovic, center of the project, verbally in front of cameras, is the one
The core
that.
four need to be the center of the project, Pepe. You have Vlahovic, Chiesa. You have the core four that are the center of the project.
Who?
You have De Ligt, you have Locatelli, Vlahovic, Chiesa. That's the center of the
Exactly.
project.
And Pogba.
Rebuild. The center
Okay.
of the project.
And Pogba.
That's not happening.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Alessio, he knows.
We're
Alessio.
talking about-
Mohamed Salah and Pogba. Mamma mia, Alessio.
I don't think that's very different from them saying that the center of the project's Vlahovic, because he is the nucleus.
No, it's
Right?
no, but
Like-
it's saying in a little bit more of a diplomatic way. It's saying the rebuild is the center of the project. The young rebuild is the center of the project, not one player that tomorrow could leave. It's
Yeah,
the
and you
core.
got to spread the pressure out a little bit.
It's diplomacy. Come on, Christine, give me
It's
something
bullshit.
over here.
We're not gonna buy like Erling Haaland and not say he's the center of a project. He's the center of the project.
But we didn't buy
I
it.
know, but you could have argued that if Vlahovic never came, then Chiesa was going to be the center of the project.
He was the center of the project. until
Exactly.
Vlahovic got
So
picked
the
up.
whole group. So the young rebuild is the center of the project.
Right, but you need somebody that you're supporting. So basically, yes, Locatelli serves to support Vlahovic.
I suggest
right?
suggest to Beppe to run a new poll like who is the center of the project.
No, like it makes perfect sense. The next time that we're going to feel this shitty is going to be when we have to revamp the defense.
Look, you want to make Alessio a bit more happy? Look at the quote of Carnevali, sportive director of Sassuolo. Pay attention. There was someone who was saying earlier, so Mio Drag was saying, Beppe, my wet dream is bringing Young-Min Son from I have other wet dreams, but I accept on the channel. So the wet dream is Young-Min Son. But I'm sure that Alessio, he has also another wet dream because he's speaking every day to me about Raspadori. Today, Carnevali said, Raspadori to Juve, we already have done the Locatelli deal with Juve. If there is a possibility to do more, we will be happy. Alessio, your first, and then I want also a Lex, because I know that Lex, she kind of can forget Dybala for Raspadori.
Raspadori is a brilliant player. He's a brilliant youngster for the future, but we cannot consider Raspadori the replacement for Dybala at all. So let's forget about Raspadori if we think about him in terms of Dybala's replacement. Raspadori comes into a project of youngsters, and if we will have the conditions to buy him, for sure we will make an effort for that. I think that he's a brilliant player because he's very technical, and he can play in different positions in the forward, as a forward, and is very intelligent on the pitch. So he can play as an external striker, as a central attacking midfield, but also as a first striker with different features with respect to Vlahovic, for example. So he will be a good substitution, but Raspadori is not the replacement for Dybala. But I love him.
Mamma mia. He's speaking about Raspadori since 365 days. Now Carnevali is saying maybe he will go to Juve. No, I don't want him anymore. Mamma.
No, I didn't say that. I just said that Raspadori won't be the new Dybala, but
No, but we're not looking for the new Dybala. Like we said, are we replacing him with someone who fits into the system of a 4-3-3, or do we look for a player that has the same characteristics of him?
That would be the biggest mistake. The biggest mistake would be go and try to find a new Dybala, because there is no. And if you stop with Dybala,
you can't find a new Dybala. There isn't one. You need to pick the system that you want to play with going forward, which in my opinion is the 4-3-3. You look for another winger and you go from there.
Also, Marcella, let's not forget that now with Dybala going away, I think that the possibilities for Morata to stay are increasing drastically. I think that Juventus will reopen the talks with Atletico de Madrid to try to find, an agreement, which, it won't be the 35 million. It won't be much less. But I think that the Atletico doesn't want Morata anymore. And at the moment, Allegri will make an effort to keep him. So let's not forget about Morata.
I like that
Morata
comment
on the
here.
wing is fine with me, though.
I like that comment.
Playing with
What comment?
This one.
Beppe is our center of the project. Everybody agrees on that, so we can find.
People are saying, and maybe Lex, you have to speak, but maybe you can also after Raspadori take maybe go on that one, and then maybe also Jason. But what is the project?
Yeah, so to start off with Raspadori, I do like Raspadori a lot. If you follow me, you know that probably, but I would say I agree with, as Alessio pointed out, not the direct replacement for Dybala. Players like Dybala are very hard to find, and so it's not going to be easily replaced like that. His exact talents and his exact abilities, but I think his versatility and where he can play in the attack, his creativity, his intelligence in the attack would all be super beneficial for our team. So I'm 100% invested in getting Raspadori. I think he'd also be a good young player. We seem to be moving towards youth. That's what the management has said is our idea. As for our project, that's kind of where I'm stuck right now is, you talked about the Allegri factor, which is realistically, I agree with you, Beppe, he is the center of our project. You're paying your coach $9 million a year to a 4-year contract. That's the center of our project. And so that's the only concern that I have is when we look at the project and we are looking to the summer transfer window, we're looking for these players we need to get. Okay, Dybala's gone now. We're building towards something else then, clearly. Are we building towards a 4-3-3? Are we going to replace him with a pacey winger? How does a pacey attacking winger, can Allegri get the best out of a pacey attacking winger?
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that because, again, you know how I feel about this, and we know how Allegri feels about these tactics. So,
like, what did he do with Chiesa up until his injury? That's kind of where my concerns lie, is it feels like there seems to be a bit of a dysfunction between where the players and the club is headed, maybe with system or that we are reading into, and then who we have steering the ship. Realistically, we're locked in another year with Allegri unless something drastic happens. And there is no doubt that he can change and can show that he can change. I think when we made that run for our latest Champions League final run, I think he did seem to have more an attacking approach with that group finally. And something happened at that game. Something happened at Cardiff that
certainly happened.
changed him forever. I don't know. But I think that he can definitely change Allegri, but I think that he needs to change his approach if we are going to go with this project.
I think I agree with you a bit, but I think he's very limited. I think he's limited.
I love
he's very
that.
limited.
He's watching you, Lex. Pay attention.
Yeah. He's limited.
It's my hope. Maybe I'm being optimistic.
old,
I hope he changes.
Wait, before continuing, Christine, I will give you the word. I just want to read a few comments because this one was really funny. I bet that they will be out versus Inter on the 3rd of April. If that happens, guys, pay attention. Peter is saying it will be downhill for Dybala because after leaving, it's quite problematic for the players, except of Coman that did really great. And it's
Thierry Henry.
It's kind of true. Cliff is saying, are we going to run a 4-3-3 next season? That's what I believe. And we spoke about it with Lex. If we do, who is the first player you get? Because there are talk about Zaniolo and so on and so on. A world-class left wing or a center midfielder. Also feeling sad for Lex today. Lex, she already accepted and she's already moving forward. She's thinking about the next one.
Already the chat has indicated that she's now Raspalexa. So
Raspalexa.
Alexa is incredible.
I actually cackled at that. I know I was trying to not interrupt you, but I was like, like it was very
That's
good,
awesome.
So.
That's the one I also want to take into the discussion. Maybe Jason, your take, and then maybe also taking the Mohammed comment. And thank you, guys. Sorry for today for all the comments. You are a lot. I try with 5 guests plus me to speak, to give a lot of opinion and take your comments. So sorry if I miss some, but I try really to be grateful to you. Thank you. You are just superstars. Amazing today.
There was a comment that I caught and now I forgot it, but just to paraphrase, they had pointed out that they are young and Dybala has brought so many fans to Juve. And I just want to say I understand that. I'm an old as a resident millennial here, but that's not unlike other generations. There are what I now refer to as players that are the gateway drug to certain teams. For a lot of us, it was Del Piero. For me, also, even for like my Arsenal fandom, it was Thierry Henry. And I followed Henry from Juve to Arsenal. So this isn't atypical. What you're explaining and what you're feeling is totally normal. It happens. And so you kind of become these weird, I'd say like alumnus of the teams because you can tell what generation you belong to based on the player that you endear yourself to most. And you'll always have an affinity for Dybala. It's not a bad thing.
Jason.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sad day, of course, to lose a generational player such as Dybala, but I've had enough turnovers now in my life where I see what happens after you make the turnover, and it's exciting. For me, I think also we're going to the 4-3-3. Absolutely. I'd say the 4-3-3 is what looks best for us, but we've had a midfield that's not built for our attackers and attackers that aren't built for our midfield. So we need to balance it out, and I think we need one player in each of the 3 lines. We need someone on the left in the back. We need someone on the right in the center of the midfield, and someone on the right in the attack. And the player for me that gets me excited for that right side of the attack is Anthony at Ajax. That's the player I think. He has the skill and the speed to do that. Alongside Chiesa, opposite him, with Vlahovic up front, that to me, that would be my objective.
The Anthony YouTube videos are really hot at the moment. And so if you take Anthony, it will be beautiful. I don't know if he will fit Italian football. I don't know. But if you look at, in terms of generational player, but I didn't hear any rumor about him.
No. Me either. I haven't heard a rumor. It's just a player that catches my eye. I think, yeah, I like that player. I rate him.
Nicolò is dreaming about Salah now, Alessio. It's your fault.
I'm sorry. People are like
No.
chatty today.
It's my fault. It's my fault. I mean, Momo Salah will be a good
Of course, of
right
course.
winger. Wouldn't be. I mean, let's not
That's what
forget
I'm
about
talking
something that we have already done. Rudiger. Apparently, we have reached already an agreement with Rudiger, who is leaving as free agent from Chelsea. 4 years contract, 6.5 million a year, and this is a big deal for Juventus. It's already a good way to start the new market in June, July, and for sure there will be a midfielder, maybe two midfielders, someone who can play in front of the defense as a defensive midfielder, and another one as a mezzala, like a French one, for example. And now everybody's dreaming of Momo Salah.
Now
You
it's
did it. You did it.
you know, I didn't
everybody's
believe
doing-
I didn't believe until someone reminded
said
me that
it.
he played at Fiorentina, and when he was like ex Fiorentina, I said,
He will definitely come. We'll take that one too.
I think it's an option, seriously speaking. And Zaniolo didn't play in the derby yesterday. I'm not quite sure he will play in there. So
I found the Beppe Christine is the center of the project comment. That one needs to be pinned forever, just like right in the middle.
just put it in the middle, right there.
I will try to find the Christine is a comment. Choose Alessio between Raspadori, Malinowski, Zaniolo, and then maybe, because I am a pro Sule, so maybe it's too obvious, but from what you saw from Sule, do you think he can have some minutes in first team next year? But maybe choose first Raspadori, Malinowski, or Zaniolo.
For sure, no Malinowski, despite I love him.
Why no Malinowski?
I don't think he can fit in Juventus.
In what system?
If we're thinking about a 4-3-3, I think
Then
we
no,
will
yeah.
see. Then no. Then the others were Raspadori and Zaniolo. I will pick Zaniolo.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that from you. That's a hot take.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about the first, the starting 11.
You're still
with
thinking
the-
about Mo Salah. I get it. It's fine.
Yeah,
Can't stop.
he wasn't in the options. I will pick Momo Salah anyways, even if you don't ask me that.
You can't take my player, Alessio. That's not fair. You were supposed to say Raspadori. That's not
But
fair.
Raspadori for the future. Raspadori is for the future,
Yeah,
on the bench.
when he will cost 100 millions.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. That
I
would be
take
the Juve
Raspadori.
way.
If I have to pick one, I pick Zaniolo. If I can pick both of them, I pick Zaniolo or Raspadori, but Raspadori is more for the future from my perspective.
Now, Alessio, it will be your responsibility.
Yeah.
If he
It's
doesn't,
my
if he
responsibility,
doesn't
Momo
sign,
Salah. If
Mamma
he
mia.
signs for Juventus, we have to make another live. The
oh
six
yeah,
us
of
again.
course. Wait, then let me read a bit of comments so that I'm on top. Cliff is saying, thank you, Cliff. Alessio say Salah again for the people. Again, they are asking you even to say it for the people. Say it for the people.
Just Salah? Okay, Salah.
Salah.
Beppe, I think the chat wants to know what's your hot take for your dream player to come in next season. One player. I think everybody wants to know.
I would love Gravenberg. Oh, I'm in love with Gravenberg. I think he can be really an important decisive player for Juventus. Gravenberg as a number 6, Zakaria on the right, Zaniolo on the left can be really something special. Then of course, because I try to be realistic, and then if you tell me, yeah, go and spend whatever money you want to, give me a Sergej Milinkovic, Savic, or a Pogba. Even if Pogba, there are some possibilities. But you know what I'm scared?
Locatelli or Zaniolo?
Wait. You know what makes me scared? I will tell you. If we give up on Dybala because of health conditions as well, and we take Pogba, Zaniolo, not knowing how Chiesa will come back, we are taking again some risk. I think we already took some risk with Ramsey. We already had a problem with Khedira before. Do we really want to do it again? And that's my fear with great players. Even if Zaniolo this season is playing, I'm scared, guys, about injury. I really want that they go on transfer market and they study it. Because even Rudiger already had his problems and so on. So pay attention.
Mo Salah is not injury prone, though, right?
Exactly.
I love this fanfic that we're currently crafting here. Oh my god.
I will change the title. Mo
Front page
Salah,
tomorrow.
Juve, Don Deal by Alessio.
With the quote.
Wait, let me do a poll. Let me do a. While you are talking, I will do a poll.
All right.
Tell
Zaniolo
us
is not
about Mo
on
Salah.
field,
We
right?
want to hear more.
Hang on a second. Robin, yes, I do like Xhaka, unfortunately. He's really volatile, and he does get a lot of red cards. He's a maniac, and I usually like maniacal players, which explains a lot of my affinity toward Gattuso. What else do we have here? Zaniolo.
Did someone say Gattuso?
Yeah, that's, yeah. Gattuso, bring him back, right?
Oh, Gattuso. Oh my God.
Let's just
Oh
start
my
rumors
God.
all across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's not forget that Zaniolo is a true Juventino. I mean,
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
Yeah.
He's a true Juventino. This is something. I mean,
These are the players we need,
He's a
though.
plus.
Forgetting Zaniolo by the name, but real Juventini, that's
Ahmed, I don't understand your comment that you keep repeatedly posting. Someone tell Christine that Douglas Costa, pacey attacking winger, had his best season of his career under Allegri. I'm Christine. That's Alexa. She was talking about pacey wingers. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know how I feel about Douglas Costa at this point, but yeah, I see your comment.
What Dan said right here is pretty much exactly how I feel, which is like reserving judgment. So let's see what they do this summer, and then I'll look at the back of the deal, make my decision. Right now, I'm too emotional. But yeah, what
Guys,
Dan
there's
said is
another
absolutely
player that I
correct.
heard some
I
rumors
hate-
about.
Wait, before you reveal the rumor, Marcella, there is a poll that is live. Mo Salah to Juve by Alessio. Two choices, easy. I believe in Alessio, or second choice, kick Alessio out, he needs to sleep. You choose, guys. And at the moment, after 127 votes, 55% are saying that you had to go to sleep, Alessio.
okay, I will vote against myself. I will vote kick Alessio out in it. Done.
kick Alessio out, bring Mo Salah in.
Bring Mo Salah in. Yeah, that's the thing. No, I'm losing 44%. So that's not fair.
And a special message for Dan. Colo, Dan, we need a change in my intro because Dybala oh, please, can you make a new intro for me, Dan, please? Marcella, she wanted to reveal a new hot name. Go, Marcella. Last one, before I forget. The people that wants to go home or do something with their life instead of being here with me, you are free to go out and in how you want to. Don't feel obliged.
Just give me one moment. I'll be right back, okay?
Of course. Go, Marcella.
I just give Gigi a cookie, and so I will be right back. And then.
Oh, but Christine, my name was literally for you. You were going to be so
Okay,
excited
give me
by
3
my
seconds.
name.
I just want to. Gigi's giving me the face, and I don't want her to do her husky on the live because that's not productive to this conversation. So 1 second.
So hold it there.
Come on, guys, you really don't know about the name that I'm about to drop? I feel like I've seen it so many places right now.
Give us the role. Defender, midfielder, striker.
Hints from him.
He's a little versatile. I don't know. He's kind of
give me.
versatile.
Okay. Chat, can you
I don't
guess
know.
the name of Marcella? I don't know who you are
I
speaking
know.
about.
Let's see if the chat can guess. I'll give you a hint. He's an EPL player.
Ooh.
Let's see.
I don't know if I will renew Aman. So
Yeah,
people are
but,
saying.
I've seen a lot of reports saying that we're starting to look at Pulisic, Captain America.
Where do you see that?
It's a rumor. I saw
With-
rumors.
with
I said
McKenna
rumor.
I've seen a couple of rumors, Marcella.
I'm just saying rumors. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Christine's giving me the face. I thought she was going to at least give me a chuckle. I'm just getting judged right now.
I'm
Come on,
going
Christine.
through in my head, and I'm like, no, he wouldn't fit. But
That doesn't mean that we're not looking. I mean, when does a player ever necessarily fit that we get?
I mean,
Just because you're on a diet doesn't mean you can't read the menu.
Wow.
Wow, what an
I've
answer.
only ever heard one person in my life say that, and I can't believe you just said that. I'm
Now two.
hysterical
I would-
Now the
right
two of
now.
them.
I think, yeah. I don't think that, no, I'm on board, no, totally. He's doing just fine at Chelsea. I don't think they'd give him
Yeah,
off
but he's doing just fine. But he's won everything there is to win at this point. Time for a
with
new
the team that
adventure.
works with him.
Kolo is saying we should sign Kulusevski from Spurs.
That's bad.
Thank you, Giuseppe.
think
Thank you,
it's a
Cash, for
great
being
choice.
members, guys.
Uh,
Donny
my
van de
God.
Beek. No, it's washed. It's over. And the youngs, they are saying washed. I learned a new word. It's washed. I love that. I'm using that
washed.
more and
What
more.
other, I don't know, what other world problems can we solve on this stream right now? Like, what questions do you have? Can I help you to be a better person? Or-
Lex is already a few times that she's not speaking. She's not giving her opinion. Give me your thoughts about Pulisic, about whoever you want to. Because here I already see...
Give us some 3 players to come into the team. Tell us.
Ooh, 3
How hard
players.
is that?
Pulisic, I agree with you, Christine. I don't really know if he fits our system, our players. Yeah, he's doing great at Chelsea. He can stay there. As for 3
Wow,
players,
my other 2 New Yorkers giving me like the cold shoulder right now. Like, nah, I'm gonna pass.
yeah,
I'm gonna
sorry,
pass.
Marcella.
Oh man, I thought I was gonna get so much more enthusiasm
Betrayed.
from this group,
Betrayed
and I got
by
nothing.
That's a good one. Juve are looking at everyone, guys. You know why I'm excited? Because it's a long time that Juventus was not looking everywhere. I remember last summer when I was covering Mercato, every single day I said Locatelli tomorrow, Locatelli tomorrow. Other names? No other name. Locatelli tomorrow. Maybe Caio Giorgi. That was it. And it was only Locatelli. Now Juventus are looking everywhere. Do you think it's a really good sign of a Juventus that knows what they want to do?
Oh yeah, I mean it's much better than the feeling around in the dark Juve that appoints their like 2-week long U18s manager to like the first team, or I don't know, like can Sarri at the drop of a hat. I would like to have some sort of a vision, focus, plan, tactic. We're good.
this is Salah's agent who is calling.
That's Salah's agent.
Yeah, they're blowing up my phone.
They want to come on the live to announce him themselves. So
The new sign.
Of course, Christine's a Juve fan. Why would I be here? Silly.
Cash is saying have
what?
to come to terms with trusting the club's decision. If they cut Dybala, they have to take away a lot of dead weight. Dream signing impossible, but Marco Verratti is top for me. Love Jorginho too. Verratti, I don't know, guys. Jorginho is someone that I didn't like, but started to convince me in 2020 that maybe I was wrong, because he has undubious qualities. But Verratti is in a golden jail there at Paris Saint-Germain. Will never leave. I believe he will never leave.
Maybe we can move Salah that way and bring Verratti in.
I'm not,
Already.
Maybe
I
not.
mean, and then I will be overwhelmed like Alex, like I will be sad. Now, you know what, Giuseppe, today we were talking with Giovanni Albanese from La Gazzetta dello Sport, who is a journalist in Italy, on a Twitter space. And he said, if Juventus took this decision, don't worry about that. Juventus have already big plans for the immediate future. So Juventus are planning to become, to come back big, as we were in the past. So Vlahovic is just an example. It's just a big move, but there will be other moves like that. And this is what we have to keep in mind. I think this is an important take.
you know why I'm a bit more confident about Juventus saying no to the renewal of Dybala, and that's also why I kind of understand also the big news and the frustration of people and the hate of people. Now it's already a bit better, especially on the channel, guys. Really thank you, because you are amazing how you communicate on the chat and you behave. More than 500 people, and it's simply amazing. So thank you for that. You are splendid and astonishing. But what I really want to say, I forgot. That's a problem. Damn, I forgot. No, I remember. Now I remember. I wanted to say about if Juventus is taking the decision to stop with Dybala, it's because they know what to do. And it's something that we were expecting from a team as Juventus, and that we probably were blaming them, and correctly so, for a few seasons that we didn't know. We couldn't understand if there was a project or not. And sometimes it was because of COVID and the finances and this, and there was always something. And Ronaldo is costing a lot of money. And now they are really taking bold decisions. We don't care if Ronaldo leaves 1 year before. Dybala, we stop. We are taking really bold decisions because we want to change it. And I think it's necessary. I'm not speaking about Dybala as a person, but a shake was really important. And that's what Juventus is doing. They are actually doing what we are all asking for, is actually putting the face and saying, now we change. Look at the new extensions. It will be the same as Dybala. Dybala is the first one, but Bernardeschi, I don't see Bernardeschi at Juventus next season.
Yeah, he's not going to
If he's
accept
still
the
there,
new.
it's going to be at a significant discount. I think what we also need to start looking at is building depth that we don't have. One of the reasons that Inter are so lethal this season is because they are so deep. We need to start moving in that direction. Whereas before, I feel like, especially when we moved to the whole like Cristiano Ronaldo model of playing ball, it was, yeah, we have him, and then maybe we have a few dummies on the sideline that are actually literally stuffed animals hoping for the best. Like, it was bad. We need to, Cherubini.
Cherubini.
No, do it again.
Cherubini. Smart guy. I didn't expect it, Cherubini. Hey, you want a nice story? You want a nice story about Cherubini? Yeah, it's a really fun one.
Honestly, Pepe, I just have to say before you tell that story that whenever I read the man's name, I hear your voice in my head doing that.
Well,
Exactly.
it's kind of the same because
Like, I can't even emulate it because I'm too squeaky, but it's there. Trust me.
you know that last time it was super funny because I received a voice message from a colleague that is working in the offices of Juventus, and he said it was actually this morning. He was really ashamed, not today, it was a few weeks ago. He said I was really ashamed because I entered in the same moment as Cherubini, and when I saw him in my head, I said Cherubini, and I couldn't stop laughing, and Cherubini was watching at him like, why is he laughing? He said it's your fault, I'm blaming you. Oh, I love it. So guys, for all the members, maximum of emotes of Cherubini. I want a rain of Cherubini in the chat because I know that you have access to it, so enjoy the Cherubini emote, please. And now it's over. You can continue to speak. That was my story.
No, we just keep silent. Like,
Sorry, I was just reading what Muhammad had contributed. I think that sometimes Allegri will try to mitigate some of the club statements from himself to alleviate some of that vitriol, which I think makes sense because sometimes you do want to remove yourself from things. I think that he has been criticized a lot this season, some correctly, some a little bit over the top. But yeah, it is a good question. What type of player does he really want? Because I think that right now we're on the precipice of determining what Juve look like in the long term. And that's an important, I can't answer that question because, I mean, I went back and read the man's thesis from 100 years ago and he was talking 4-3-3 in there. And so here we are, old trusty. We'll see.
Yeah, I would say
I think
I
he
have a
wants
lot more.
Zaniolo.
Oh, Zaniolo? Maybe.
I
Yeah.
think that's the player he wants. I think that's who he wants to fit his 4-3-3.
I have a lot more faith in this new management. I will say that. So this summer, hopefully, we'll figure something out. 4-3-3, get some players to fit that.
We go definitely with a 3 man. And you know why? Because a lot of people are saying 4-3-3. You know what? What if we go to a 3-5-2? Because 3 midfielders, I'm sure about it. 3 midfielders. Why can't we go with a 3-5-2? With a
who are the three?
if you take
Okay, so-
Rudiger, Bonucci, De Ligt, and of course Bonucci rotates then with Gatti.
I'm sure the Bonucci will stay.
Yeah. If you lose Chiellini, because Chiellini, guys, if we are out versus Macedonia
Ooh,
already.
Beppe, don't
No,
say it.
let's
Don't
not
even
talk
say it.
about
I
it.
can't.
No,
Don't
Marcella is
stop it,
already-
Beppe, stop.
If we are out versus
Please.
Macedonia, my friends, Chiellini is also the next one, guys. I really.
Yeah, I'll be way worse down bad about Chiellini than Dybala. Emotionally, I understand what's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
happen.
Well, will you though? Because he's getting older. It's like it's almost his time. It's like that's something more that like you see him leaving on his own terms.
Yes, and here's why. Because he contains a lot of the intangible leadership qualities that you cannot teach
Like,
somebody.
of course.
And that will
course.
hurt more because yes, Dybala is very talented, but he does not have that presence that we need desperately. And so that will be the official start of the changing of the guard. And by that, I mean like De Ligt and otherwise are going to have to start stepping up and be a bigger presence where they'll have more spaces to fill than they did before. And they'll either, hopefully that he'll rise to the occasion or otherwise, Vlahovic becomes, a true Juve player and they start to cultivate a lot more of the youth to fill those shoes. I think that will be a bigger hit for all of us in the emotional region to see him go.
Lex,
to reply,
go, Alessio.
Yeah. Also to reply to your question, Beppe, I think that I love seeing the three-man defense line only if you put Danilo in there.
Yeah.
So Danilo, De Ligt, Rudiger for me would be fire because Danilo is another midfield at certain points. He is a center back who can play very well with the ball. Also, he can play as a playmaker, like a low playmaker, something like this. He's crucial in a three-man defense line. So I would say yes only in that situation, but I don't see in this moment that we have two external midfielders that can play for the on flanks very well in a 3-5-2 because I don't know how long we can rely on Cuadrado first of all to play in a 3-5-2, which is different if we play in a 4-3-3. And on the left we have Sandro who doesn't run anymore, and the other options are not really exciting. So I love the idea of the three-man defense line, but then I'm more worried about the wing backs basically.
I have a question for Lex, and then I want also you to do a bit of self-promotion because I received a question from Rick. So what I will do is first, Lex, tell us about Berardi, your opinion about Berardi, to answer Sam Mikalev. Thank you for your nation. I have put the tags here from most of the people except of Marcella. But Rick, because there was a question from Rick here. Marcella, how do we contact you, as we would love to have you on the Club Podcast show? So tell us also how they can contact you. I have put, I believe, three links in the description for Twitter of Marcella, the Twitter of Christine, and then the Instagram of Jason. Alessio is the center of the project. I didn't know. And Lex was the last guest.
He's the center of the Italian project.
I'm the center of the Italian project.
He's the center of the Italian project. He came to grace us with his presence today. We're all very excited to have him back.
You should feel very honored to have me on board today.
We are.
Yeah. So,
Lex, Berardi.
It's possible. I mean, I'm okay with it. I don't know if I would pursue it. I don't know if it's worth pursuing, but if it happened, I wouldn't be upset about it. I guess that's where I'm kind of at with that. And I know you guys were kind of mentioning for the 3-5-2, which I wanted to touch on, is my concern as well is the lack of a creative midfielder. We just didn't extend Dybala. So I feel like for me, moving to a 3-5-2, not extending Dybala doesn't make sense. Unless you're going to get someone at more direct, you're getting for a player that's his exact qualities. I would say Luis Alberto or someone like that. But
and also,
who's my dream signing?
But Lex is correct. How would you deploy Chiesa as well in a 3-5-2? Because if you put Chiesa as a wing back, is a waste. And also as a second striker is not the best position for him. I think that a 4-3-3 is the most natural choice for him.
I agree. Yeah.
I
I'm
have to drop in like 5 minutes, so I'm just letting the chat know in case
so
you want to.
Christine, tell us because I'm about to set up a poll because I saw a few comments about a future captain. So if Chiellini leaves, I give you 4 names and you choose the captain: Bonucci, Danilo, De Ligt, or the 4th one, Chiesa. No, I don't know. Chiesa makes no sense. So Quadrado, Bonucci, Quadrado, Danilo, De Ligt.
Bonucci, then Quadrado, then. Wait, what were
Danilo.
my other options?
Danilo, De Ligt.
She played all the other options.
Ligt.
Danilo De Ligt.
And then Danilo. That would be my right.
So you would go
I
for
have a hot
Bonucci
order,
captain?
Pepe.
Yeah, I would.
Me as well. I would. Bonucci.
Bonucci's
With
last
Allegri.
on my list.
I'm not sure that with Allegri, Bonucci will ever be a captain.
Bonucci is last on my list. Seniority wise, after Bonucci, because Allegri has said many times that Bonucci has start from scratch since he has come back the second time. For me, it's Quadrado, Danilo, De Ligt, Bonucci. Bonucci lost his seniority.
I don't think so.
Sorry.
I agree.
Allegri has said it. He said it.
Yeah, but at the end, look
What
how
Allegri
much he
said,
played
and how
captain.
he's perceived amongst his dudes, even in the Prime series, his interactions with people, he's still very much regarded, and I think that's important.
It's
Yes,
the
people don't
attitude.
forget either.
Almost
People
more.
also don't forget.
I think that
Yeah,
is.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
attitude is more important
Yeah.
than.
What Allegri
Yes, he
does
still
is
spent
in
those
contrast
years
to how they actually
in Turin.
interact with each other.
I believe that we go bold next season. If Chiellini leaves, we go really bold.
So Delect.
Danilo, vice captain De Ligt.
Okay.
I like it.
I
I
think.
can deal with that.
What would you do, Lex?
I'm going to agree with Marcella. I'm going to say Quadrado, and then Danilo, De Ligt, just because he's younger when we're doing the seniority at Juve, and then Bonucci. I agree. For me, I don't see it happening under Allegri, and he lost those years, and yeah, I think
I don't know. I
Quadrado
feel like
deserves it.
It's more on presence. Like Quadrado is one of my favorite players. I love him. I don't see it.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have the.
Who?
I don't know. There's something that needs to be
Quadrado.
there. That's why I say
Quadrado. Yeah, I agree.
he Delect.
Yeah.
I
But
agree with
pay attention. The
Francesco, you know, I
seniority,
won't say-
seniority is not for the first captain. The first captain is chosen. And then it comes with the vice captain that is also chosen, and from there is the seniority hierarchy. So it doesn't mean that it's obliged to be the seniority that will be the real captain of the team. Huh? The real captain is chosen in the beginning of the season, and then vice captain as well. Most of the time, the vice captain is even in agreement with the new captain, and then at Juventus you are working with seniority. So that's why I'm saying pay attention. Danilo, he showed it already a lot of time, that Danilo is a real leader. Nicolo is saying correctly, Quadrado is not that leader. Tarek is saying best live of the year. Grazie mille to Raspalex.
Thank you.
It was a fun one. We will not stay longer anymore, but a really fun one. Thank you, Tarek. Thank you, Risencross. Bonucci will command respect regardless if he left. But that's the thing with Bonucci, captain, not captain. I agree.
You can wish for Tech to be Buffon, but he never will be.
Oh yeah,
He will never be the same voice on the field. We all wish he would. He just never will.
Look
And
at that. Jason
we
is
have to
there.
accept
He's
that.
a bit in the back, and then he comes, boom, a poem. I love that. The beautiful quotes of Jason.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think about
just
it for
please
20 minutes.
don't keep addressing yourself, Buffalo.
I just want to touch on this comment,
just
Beppe.
saying.
Bonucci will command respect regardless if he left. I think Bonucci does command respect, but there's something about him that he also has a very, very big power to divide. He's very, very capable of dividing the locker room, as much as, on the other hand, if he feels in the right mood, that he can bring them together. I mean, look at Cardiff.
But we don't
Yeah, but
know.
anyone
We
who
don't
can-
know what
anyone
happened
who
in
can bring it
Cardiff.
together can break it apart. There's no one who could only bring it together. If you
Yeah.
can bring it together, you can absolutely tear it apart.
I don't know. I don't know if Chiellini has the power to really
You don't
break
think
it apart.
he has the
Oh,
pull?
for sure.
If he decided it was over, it was over. That's it. He has all the pull in the locker room. Buffon could have done the same thing. No way.
I don't know. Bonucci is spiteful a little bit. I'm not too sure.
Humans.
I don't
are
really.
spiteful.
I don't really like that captain take. Now Bepe's making me even more nervous than the Macedonia match. Thinking about Bonucci captain.
Do we want to finish with a prediction for the World Cup qualification ticket, and then we round up?
No, please. I can't
Yes,
take it.
yes,
Please don't.
yes.
Please don't. I
Go,
can't.
Jason.
I can.
1-0 in extra time. We go through. We play Turkey, who's going to take out Portugal.
Hey, you know that I'm thinking that Turkey goes through as well.
Versus Portugal.
They're gritty. They are. You can't count them out.
Pay attention
Wow.
to Turkey.
That's a big one.
I don't think.
Yeah,
I'm not touching it.
Oh.
Too nervous. I'm not touching predictions.
What I'll say
Go
is,
ahead.
I think it'll be low scoring. I think Italy will just squeak by, but the whole thought of everything gives me a stomach ache because Italy do not do well with like these smaller. That's all. That's all.
I'm not touching it. I'm not putting my hand on the fire. No way.
I think it's gonna be an easy one against Macedonia.
No.
No.
I'm more scared about the possible final versus Portugal. I think that if Portugal goes through against Turkey, it's a mess for us because they have very big players. Maybe they won't have Renato Sanchez, if I remember.
He's
Yeah, but
injured.
Italy
He's
perform
injured.
better
He's injured.
against bigger, tougher teams than they do smaller countries like North Macedonia. So I'm honestly more worried about North Macedonia than I am about Portugal. Just performance.
I also heard João Felix out against Portugal. Did I hear that right?
I don't
And
know
he's
about
out?
Joao Felix. About
I'm not
Renato
sure.
Sanchez, I know.
I heard another big name out for Portugal. I don't remember who it was.
It could be. The only big,
Manchester City back, center back? Diaz?
Ruben Diaz.
I don't remember.
So.
I thought it was a big name, and I was jumping to João Felix, but I could be wrong.
Okay, I have to jump off. I just wanted to say bye to everybody in the chat. Thank you. I don't think I've read this much in years, quite frankly. I'm going to pretend like I've read a book recently, but thank you for all of your interactions. You guys have made this a really fun time. Good to see everybody here. Beppe, as always. Lex, Alessio, you're okay-ish. Marcella, of course. Jason, nice to meet you.
Wow, I just got an okay. All right.
No, Alessio got an okay.
I am the okay.
He got the okay.
Except it can change. If he brings Mo Salah,
If I bring Momo Salah though, Christine.
Okay.
This man brings Mo Salah. Oh my God.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. And I guess so. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll reconvene eventually. But like, bless up. Hopefully, Italy really get this together. Bye, Tiziano.
ciao, Christine.
Bye, guys. Mwah.
Bye bye, Christine. See ya.
Ah,
Jump up.
finally, she left. Okay, no,
We can talk now.
no.
I'm joking.
no, I'm having a really fun time. So we are in
Yeah.
closing times anyway because we said it earlier. But we spoke about Dybala again. I'm happy because we could laugh about it, and I needed it because these kind of news are annoying, are really annoying. So I'm happy that we could talk about it. We spoke about the next Juve. What about the end of the season of Juve? And that's the last topic we speak about because we have 8 games in Serie A, 1 sure in Coppa Italia, maybe even a second one, the final. How do we finish that season, guys?
Depends on
Lex.
Dybala. How does Dybala finish the season?
Find an identity for the team, and we put on a strong end to the year, and I will say we'll finish 3rd ahead of Inter.
We
I
finished
still have
ahead of
finishing
Inter?
Third. I agree. I just don't know. I think it depends. Like we talked about whether or not I cut out my Wi-Fi saved me from answering, but whether or not Dybala plays through the rest of it to the best of his abilities, whether or not he plays minutes at the end of the games, who knows? I don't know what's going to happen now, given after the international break, we'll see. But I think that for our run in Coppa Italia, I think that he plays a big role in that. And I think we still get top 4, but I think a lot of it has to do with what Dybala does.
People are continuing to ask me, Beppe, we want the Mohamed Salah song. We want the song of Salah. I don't even remember how was the song of Salah, guys. It was like 3 a.m. in the morning. You know that I bought a kind of auto-tune, right? Or no, maybe you don't know. So I bought an auto-tune, and last time I was live, and then I was reading the message of Monblano, who said Juventus asked information about Salah, and then I had that auto-tune on, and I started doing crazy. So that's why people, they want now the song of Salah.
Oh, I see.
Thank you, Ryan Cross. Italy will not lose a single game. Just watch. Then that means that we go into in the World Cup. That would be great.
That's the spirit. Concerning Juventus, can I just give my take?
Sure.
I mean, I'm a very optimistic one, and
For those who don't already know,
for those who don't know me, like Lex and Jason, for example, I am a very, very optimistic one. So as long as the mathematics will allow me to do so, I still believe in the top possible target, which is the Scudetto. So, and also if you look at the calendar, Milan and Napoli won't have easy matches ahead of us. Whereas we just have the Juventus Inter. So the only condition is to win against Inter, and then I think we got like serious chances to play our role, just, you know, to try to say, you know, to see what will happen. I mean, as long as the mathematics will be there, I still believe in the Scudetto, and I do really believe that we can win the Coppa Italia.
My predictions bring bad luck. I don't give
No, stop
predictions
with your prediction. We don't like your
You
predictions.
I don't talk. I'm not
I like
allowed to
Alessio's
talk anymore.
predictions.
Right? I mean,
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
And
why not?
somebody who still believe in the Scudetto?
I still believe in the Scudetto, but I'm
As
not
long as
allowed
it's
to say it because
mathematically
I bring bad
possible.
luck.
Mathematically,
I
it's
agree.
possible, but... Mamma mia.
7 points. 7 points.
Yeah, it's possible. 8 games, 7 points. I was watching the calendar of Milan, Inter, Napoli. Napoli and Milan, they have the most difficult one on paper.
Yeah.
Milan, they will still have 3 on paper, okay, and then the 5 last ones are quite tough. Napoli, coming back from international break, they have tough after tough after tough, and then it's a bit more easy for them. While Inter, it's more... Okay, so they
have the toughest. They have to play us.
Yeah, but they have 2 big games, us, and then I believe it's Lazio, where for them it will be difficult. Don't forget the Derby della Madonnina in Coppa Italia, because they will spend some energy there as well, and we will have to play versus Fiorentina, of course, but it will be a kind of different. But the coach of Lex Italiano.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Whoever has to play Italiano in the end of their season.
We have to play them.
But we play them. Yeah,
Lazio and Fiorentina.
It's our last game of the season.
Yeah, 22nd of May. There will be Vlahovic, the goal of Scudetto.
We can reach 83 points. That's the max. Stephanie saying 78 maximum.
I don't know. You know what, Pepe? The point is that this Serie A is teaching us that there are no easy games. Would you ever say that, you know, Inter Genoa 0-0, Salernitana Milan 0-0, 2-2, sorry. There are no easy games. I mean, also Sassuolo winning 2-0 versus Inter. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. We just have to go game by game, trying not to waste points.
It will not happen.
It won't happen, but if it happens...
If we win, is that the most beautiful Scudetto ever?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mamma mia, if it yeah, but even with the shit game that we offered, with the shit performance, I think
that would be great. That would be great. I would do a 24 hours live show.
Oh yeah, minimum. Oh yeah, mamma mia.
Hours, Pepe. I heard you.
If we win the Scudetto, 24 hours live. Absolutely. We don't sleep. We celebrate.
Yeah. We celebrate. We just drink.
Yeah.
We don't even eat. We just drink. We
Yeah.
keep drinking. That's it.
No, but it's true. At the end, it's what matters and the win. I don't believe in it, but I was saying I believe in the Champions League this year. I was convinced we would do really something beautiful, and at the end, boom! It happens. Huh? Hey, you're starting to have your fans, Jason. I love that,
What can I
guys.
tell you?
Can we round up, because otherwise we will say nothing. I think it was a fantastic live that we prepared so long in advance. I believe like 2 hours before.
Exactly.
It was really nice, spontaneous, nice discussion. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Jason. I was happy to invite you because finish with a quote, Jason.
Hey, go home.
No, go big or go home. I like that.
And I'm not going home, so I don't know about you. I'm gonna.
Thank you, Jason, for being here. Really appreciate it. Marcella, grazie.
No, thank you guys. Thank you, Beppe, for having us all on today. Thank you, Jason. It was so great to meet you. Lex, always great to see you on here. And of course, Alessio joined us today from Italy. What an honor. Thank you so much. No, but thank you, Beppe. It's been amazing, and it was really great to kind of get some sadness out today with Dybala leaving, because it is sad to see him leave after 7 years of Cuore Bianconero.
I agree. Kashi Singh, so happy to have joined for a bit and have conversation to end it all. We always say it, fino alla fine. That's a beautiful comment. Thank you for the donation, Kash. I wanted to thank the chat personally after Mohamed Salah and Lex will say goodbye. Mo Alessio, thank you.
Thank you. Grazie, Beppe. It was really great to be on today. Thanks for having me. And
Salesio is nice. I like Salesio. No, sorry,
Salesio is nice. Yeah. And it was great again to have a live together. I was really happy. I was missing all of this, and also was happy to meet new people like Lex and Jason. And thank you to the chat, and see you very soon.
Alex, you wanna answer for next year? Rise and Cross comment. Thank you for the donation. Scudetto win and Champions League second, or Champions League win and Scudetto second?
What I would prefer, what I predict.
No, what you prefer. If you have to choose for next year.
Champions League win. For sure.
I think 100%. If you tell me elimination in Champions League, but Scudetto, I tell you Scudetto, but arriving in the final again, I will not survive it this time. Can't take it. Oh no.
Yeah. Can't take another loss.
Look at here. I have nothing anymore. I can't lose hair anymore. It's over. No, mamma mia. Thank you, Rise and Cross. Thank you, Lex.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. It was so nice to meet Alessio and Jason and Marcella and Beppe, as always. Thank you so much. Beppe, thanks for inviting me, allowing me to say my piece about Dybala, my favorite player. And thank you to the live chat, everyone, for always giving me a warm welcome whenever I come on Beppe's channel. I really appreciate that. And just going to say grazie Dybala. That's it. That's
what's nice with your nickname, Dybalexa? Is that in the Dybalexa you have also the word X, and you have to keep that. That's a beautiful one. X is forever. Dybala will be an X. Guys, thank you to the chat, because the chat was fantastic today. Really, I'm so proud, because I said it a bit earlier. I want to repeat it. I'm so proud because being with 500 people into the chat, having a respectful conversation with different opinions and so on. I'm proud of what we did, and also with the people that I invited to the chat, because Jason, Christine, Marcella, Alessio, Dybala, Alexa, Alex, I don't know anymore. You are just fantastic. It's really a pleasure. Really, it makes me just proud in difficult moments like that. The last time on my channel that I received hate was when the Super League was announced. I was scared for the Dybala live, and actually you made it just fantastic. So thank you to Ricardo, Elena, to Shervin, Anthony, Mlaggio, Ryan Cash, Bogdan, Cash, Aman, Mariano, Beast. I will not say the 500 names, but thank you to everyone. Grazie, fino alla fine, forza!